All righty. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible morning, everyone. How are you guys doing? It is still HS Inc. week. However, we're going to talk a little bit about designing today. So, as you see from the title, we are going to do a little comparison of designing in Silhouette Studio and Cricut Design Space. All right, hold on. Let me I always forget to set my phone up for tickety tick tick talk talk. So let me do that. As you guys come on in, say hello, drop a hey, how you doing real quick. Let me get this shared out over on Facebook to my groups. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's go and all right. Let me get this all shared out. Oh wait, you have to make sure that your posts and your stuff be on point since you can't actually edit. And I didn't have a capital S up here. You can't edit for most people can't edit for Facebook posts. So let me make sure that this is written correctly. Let me show you how easy it is. Okay, so copy and then post, and then let's go ahead and share. I'm sharing everywhere today because we're going to do a little bit of Silhouette and Facebook. I mean, for Silhouette and Facebook. Jesus, Silhouette and Cricut Design Space. And I'm going to, so I'm going to tell you right now, if you are watching the beginning of this, you're watching the playback of it, it's going to be a minute before the tutorial starts, okay? Once you see my Silhouette screen, once you see me do screen share, that's what you know. So if you want to just go ahead and like fast forward to it, because I am going to preface this with some information. I'm sorry, my lips are getting dry. I am going to preface this live with some information. Y'all know I teach first. Like I'm all about teaching and educating, and there are things that you just really need to know, like things that I observe and things that you need to know. So if you're here and it's like, okay, I don't have time to listen to you today, hey, it's okay. Come on back once it's all done, and then you can get straight to the tutorial part. But I'm always going to teach first. All right. So, dang it, trash cans out there. So hopefully it's okay if I give you guys a little bit of knowledge first, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go on over to TikTok real quick. Okay. So is it okay if I give you guys a little bit of background and I educate you so that you can understand what, when it comes to designing, and this will probably help you guys understand why you're struggling so much when it comes to designing. I actually had to tell one of my students in my bachelor's program this last night that, you're overthinking it. Like you really, really are overthinking things to where it affects her confidence in what she's designing, or feeling like it always has to be this grandiose design and all these image effects and backgrounds and splashes and this. And there are customers who don't want all of that. So you have to be okay with that, right? So is it okay? Y'all let me know. Is it okay if I give you a little bit of knowledge this morning as well with this design teaching? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody that's joining over on TikTok. Ooh, y'all didn't say nothing. So I guess that means, girl, shut up. No, we don't want to hear that. We want to just see the design. We don't want no education first because nobody's, y'all let me know. I can just go into it, give you no background on it, and all you're going to see is just me click some things and you're not going to understand why what I'm teaching is important. So if that's what you want, you want me just to get to the designing, or you want me to help your business? She says, I do. Okay. Teach. Okay. Y'all telling me I can teach. All right. Cool. So first, let me introduce myself. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is H to the Izzo. She says, okay, good morning. All right, okay. I was getting kind of scared. I was like, okay, they don't really want this. Okay, please, please do you, Professor. Okay. Good. Hey, just say, teach, educate us. Okay, education, drop the knowledge. And she's like, I'm guilty. I'm an overthinker as well. All right. So first, let me go ahead and introduce myself. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. That is our parent company. I have a lot of things that I do under that, right? So I teach you guys how to design in Silhouette Studio. Teach you, well, first, just how to use Silhouette Studio, because you can't learn to design until you know the program, you know where things are. I can go and right now I can tell you how to design something, and I can like literally call without ever showing you anything. I can call out all of the steps, right? Someone who knows how to use Silhouette Studio and they know where the tools are, they'll be able to listen to me without having any visual, and they'll be able to accomplish it. But if you don't know this program at all, you don't know these tools, you don't know what trace is, you don't know what group is, you don't know what these things are, you are never going to be able to complete that design because you don't know the program. So I focus on teaching you how to use Silhouette Studio, understanding all those tools. That's done in free videos I've done for the past 7 years, almost 8 years, and in my Essentials of Silhouette Studio course. It's 30 days. It breaks everything down within, how to use Silhouette Studio. Then there comes the design part. Okay, I know how to use the text tool, but I don't understand how to conceptualize these designs. I look at my stuff and it's just blah to me. I just don't know how to do it. Am I overthinking it? Why am I not getting sales with my designs? Why do I always have to keep buying designs? And you really, really don't. So that's like the second part of it. I teach you how to use the program. If you want to learn to design, the first step is to learn the program. And taking my 30-day course, like straight up. I'm being totally honest about that. Go shop.hsync365.com, take that 30-day course to really understand the program. And even once you understand that, it'll help you with other programs as well, because that's why I'm going to do this video. I'm going to show you that as long as you know what you're supposed to do, it doesn't matter if you're doing it in Silhouette Studio, if you're doing it in Cricut Design Space. You just have to know how to use that system to make it do what it do, right? So then we also have an amazing product line, honestly speaking, where we sell sublimation ink, sublimation paper, pigment ink. I saw someone asking about pigment ink transfers. Are you referring to like the Jet Pro 3G ones, like for shirts, or like DTV? What do you mean by transfer? So answer that for me if you're still on. And I also teach you a wide variety of creative things to help you unlock your creativity. So I've had classes on how to make chip bags, how to do banners, how to make t-shirts, sublimation, text effects, all sorts of things, profit by the numbers. So my academy is geared towards helping those who are creative entrepreneurs and how to grow, scale, and elevate, and really grow your business. You start with a Cameo machine. Eventually, you may end up having major, like like large cutting machines. Maybe you'll go into screen printing to where you can take on those major jobs. That's where the big bucks comes in. Big bucks really don't come. I'm going to be honest. Big bucks, they don't come in on the one little small Epson printer, one or two. I have 6 cameos. Big bucks still don't come in with having 6 cameos, because that's a lot of work loading and unloading a bunch of different cameos. So that's not where the big bucks comes in at, right? Big bucks comes in when you learn the business and then you start to do things that's going to help you get better equipment. So that's what I teach in my creative business things, and how to actually grow and scale from point A to those higher profit margins. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. That's who I do. That's what I do. I spend a lot of time in groups. Do I have my own Facebook groups? I do. And I'm there. And for me, it's an extension of what I do here. When people have questions, and sometimes they'll ask questions, it's like, okay, wait, I need a visual. Come on over to my group, drop your question. But I spend a lot of time in other groups because I just like to kind of help people. So there was a post, and let me bring up the picture real quick. Hold on. Let me get the image real quick. Oh, I forgot Silhouette Studio shut down, so I have to open that back up. So the post basically was, she had somebody who was a client of hers before. She asked a question about basically a memorial design that she wanted on a hoodie. And so the person's like, I really think that I could do this. I know I can't can I sublimate this on a black hoodie, but it's all white? Do I have to use heat transfer vinyl? And she's like, I've used heat transfer vinyl before, but I've only ever done text. I've never done an image. And I can see if it was like an image, like someone's face or something like that, but it was a set of wings. And I'm like, oh man, if you just had a little bit of knowledge, because this is no different. How you're going to cut this out, how you're going to apply it, it's the same exact way. But I've personally taken for granted the level that people are on when it comes to doing this. So for her, it's like, okay, I can do HTV because I'm just going to type it out, type it, size it, cut it. But how do I get these wings? Where do I find those? Do I have to buy a file? Because people are saying, oh, buy the SVG. Truth of the matter is, a lot of people that sell SVGs, especially on Etsy, they have not created those things themselves. They took a free image, like it was somewhere on the internet where it was a part of a free image. And what they did was they vectorized it. They went and they traced it, or they removed the background on it and all these things. And now they're going to take what was free on the internet, and because you don't know how to make it where you can cut it with your Cricut, with your Cameo, with your Solo, with your Brother Scan and Cut, you don't know how to make it that file. They're now able to make money off of it. But if you just had a little bit of knowledge, you're able to do that yourself. There are certain files that you really don't have to pay money for, because you are using a program that will allow you to do it yourself. So people are saying, oh, you have to go buy the SVG, go find the SVG. And I'm just like, no, you don't. That literally is just a generic set of wings. You can go find that, and you can set it up in Cricut Design Space, Affinity, Silhouette, anywhere. So that's why I wanted to be able to do this video, so that you guys can see there are certain things that, as long as you just have a little bit of knowledge on how to truly use your programs, you can do things yourself. And it doesn't have to be this grandiose thing. The things that are very, very simple, even it might be a $2 file, but that's $2 that you did not have to spend, because you can do it yourself. And that's where I come in at, to teach you how to do these things yourself. All right. So let me go get this image again, because Silhouette Studio shut down. So I had to all right, paste. So we're going to go like that. And then now let me set you guys up. I'm loving sublimation printing way more than vinyl. I am one where I still love heat transfer vinyl. When you recognize the true benefits of each method, you learn to appreciate them. Sublimation is not the end all of, like, be all, end all of be all. How you say it? Be all of end all, like that thing. It's not the holy grail. because there are going to be things where sublimation just isn't going to work for you. If your client wants something on a black shirt, a black hoodie, a black whatever, sublimation is never going to work for you. So it is good to have different, to be able to do different methods. It may not be your primary method because you prefer, like, okay, if I could, I'd rather do everything sublimation. If you're wanting to do everything sublimation, then you're going to have to be clear with your audience that this is what I do. And you have to be okay with saying no and not then trying to figure out, well, dang, I don't want to miss out on this money. Let me figure out how to put this on a black hoodie, a black shirt. Well, putting it on a black shirt, that is not sublimation. Sublimating, I don't care when people say, oh, yes, you can. You can put it on Glitter HTV. You can put it on Easy Subly. That's not sublimation, people. Then you're turning it into a printing method versus an actual process. That's not sublimation. Sublimation is meant to go directly to the substrate. If you have to put it on glitter vinyl, then guess what? You're still back in the vinyl world where you have to weed something out. So it's not quite the same. So if you are like, okay, I prefer sublimation over vinyl, then you also have to be okay with turning away those customers and saying, my business is now this. If I cannot just print it, press it, I don't do it. But most of you guys as creatives, or as you like to call yourselves crafters, you're not going to want to do that because you're going to feel like you're leaving money on the table. But trust and believe me, if you stick to your guns and you work on building a business saying this is what I do and you don't deviate from that, there's just as much money in doing just that. You know, that's like saying doctors make a lot of money, but I don't think Nike's ever going to say, okay, hey, we're opening up a hospital. Is there money to be made in having a hospital and having an urgent care and having a doctor's office? But is Nike ever going to open one? No, because that's not what they're in the business for. Yes, there's always money to be made, but that doesn't mean that you have to make that money if that's not your expertise. But that's a whole nother teaching. That's a whole nother teaching. My bad, y'all. My bad. Let's get to the task at hand. No, I'm not answering questions at this time. All right, so here's the design. We're going to flip you guys over here to my okay, so we're going to flip you guys over here as well. Very simple and basic design. And a customer requested this. We sometimes get in our own heads about how we design, how we want to see certain things. Oh, all my little junk over here for the people on TikTok. Y'all see all my little junk. I'm so glad the videos on TikTok are not saved. So we get in our heads about how we think that it should be. Okay, yeah, you asked for this, but it should be so much more, right? Sometimes, especially something like this, it's a memorial. I saw this, I like it. Even if it's a different font, it might be a different set of wings, but this is the essence of what I want. No, I don't need splatters behind it. I don't need clouds. I don't need doves. This is what I need. And it's something that's very simple, basic, and we will overwork ourselves and overthink it when all we had to do was just type this out. Right? So someone requested this. People want simple and basic design still. Everybody doesn't want all of the extras, right? So looking at this, if you've been under me, you know that this right here is text to path. If you're new to this, you probably, well, I don't believe in always giving people what they want. Like, no, I mean, that's a weird statement, you know. I've talked about that because I definitely don't do that because some people want some ugly stuff and I just don't do ugly. I just rather turn you away. So I'm not going to give you what you want, but I know that I don't always have to do extra. If what you want works in line with the quality of my brand and like what I do, I can work it for you. But some people, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Folks want some ugly stuff. And I'm sorry, I don't do ugly. I'm sorry. I can't help you. Like I can't put my name on that. But this is something that's very, it's simple, it's basic. It's not wow, it's not ugly. It's just it's just a memorial. It's a keepsake, right? So if you never know the term text to path, you wouldn't know how to get your text to do this, or how do I arch my text? Some people may say, how do I bend my text? How do I get the text to curve? And then if someone says text to path, you're gonna be like, okay, wait, that's not what I asked you. Well, that's really what it is. The path, it becomes a circle, and you're going to put it on that path. So in Silhouette Studio, it's called text to path. Well, who them folks is? Cricut Design Space now has it, and they have it where you can curve. In another program, it might be arch. In Microsoft Word, it's using your word art, and I'm not sure that one is like, it's like under 3D transformations or whatever. It might be warp. Every program calls it something different. So you have to then learn just the terminology of it. So this is basically curving, warping, text to path, things like that. So we know we have to do one on the top, we have to do one on the bottom. You're going to see when we do text to path how this is going to go. So at some point, you're going to also have to flip it for certain programs. You're going to see in Cricut Design Space, you're not going to have to flip it, but in Silhouette Studio, you're going to have to flip it, right? Then this seemed very easy for her. She's like, I know I can do the text, but what about those wings? I've never done that before. It's, and you're someone who's comfortable with this is like, they're probably gonna look at it like, girl, that's something simple, that's easy. But see, everybody's not a professor where you're gonna kind of get, deal with you with kid gloves and kind of walk you through it, right? It is something that's very easy. But if you have no knowledge of this, you're brand spanking new to this, that's gonna seem like the hardest thing to ever accomplish. So now, if you came here for the tutorial part, here is where it starts. I'm gonna be very kind of petty in this because of how I said at the beginning. So it's not petty, but just so that others know, designing starts here. So I said to go ahead and look for it. So this is where the designing starts. All right. This is where the designing starts. So if you're, hopefully they found it if they fast forward it because they're watching the playback of it. All right. In Silhouette Studio, we're going to first go to the internet. Is that not the exact same wings, right? It's in black. Someone who is new to this is going to look at them like, well, I don't need it in black. I need it in white. Well, guess what? When it comes to vinyl, it doesn't matter what color it is on your screen, what color the original image is. Your cutting machine is going to cut whatever material is there in whatever color that material is. So don't ever worry about the color, even if you're going to print this out for sublimation. Yes, this is black. But once you learn how to vectorize it and put it in a format that you can change the color, you can even sublimate this. You can do this with eco solvent transfers. You can do this with pigment ink transfers. You can do this with DTF. You can do this with DTG. You can do this with white toner transfers. You can go and just make it where it's digital. You just have to know how to make it where you can change the colors. All right. So what you're going to do here, we did a search. This is on a site where it's basically free PNG item, angel wings. It's just a regular image that's here. Now, if you go over here to Etsy, there is somebody that's selling it. I'm not going to click on it and kind of like bust anybody out, but I'm pretty sure even if they're selling it for $1, they're still selling it because someone does not know how to make that into a vector. They don't know how to make it into a vector image where you can change the color. So it is beneficial to someone who doesn't know, someone who's never come across any of my videos. So here, what we're going to do is right click and choose copy. Okay. Now for Cricut Design Space, you cannot just copy and paste because it's not like a standalone program. So if you were someone that's going to do this for Cricut Design Space, you would right click and you're going to save image as. And it's going to pop up, and then you're going to save that one as just wings, whatever name you want to give it. So we're just going to go free angel wings. and it's a PNG image. Actually, I don't even know where the heck I say that at, but it's so now that's there. So for Silhouette Studio, we're going to come over here. We're going to right click and we're going to go paste. So now I have this, and you notice how when I saved it, it's saved as a PNG image. Most people think PNGs always have a transparent background. I knew that it wasn't a PNG when I saw it because it has a white background. But when I went to save it, it's saved. So the person who put this on the internet somewhere, they called it a PNG, but it has a solid white background. So all PNGs will not have a transparent background if the person who saved it did not have a transparent background. All right, hold on. Let me move y'all. Lord Jesus, my desk is so messy. I'm so embarrassed. Let me zoom in so y'all on TikTok can't see my crazy desk. All right, and put y'all like right here. Uh-oh, there we go. Okay, so you bring that in. Then you're going to do tracing. So you guys won't on TikTok, you won't be able to see where I'm clicking at for the trace because I'll have to keep moving it around and I just really don't want to kind of move it around. But if you go watch my other videos or if you go to my website and you sign up for my 30-day training, right now it's $10 off for HS Ink Week. Just put in ready for 30 when you go to purchase it at checkout, you'll get $10 off of my 30-day training. So it'll be $73.65. So we're going to go over to the trace window. So I'm going to bring it over here for you guys to see though. So this is what your trace window looks like. You're going to go select trace area. You're going to place your box around it. It's going to fill it in because it's black. Like this is the easiest thing to trace. And you're just going to hit trace. You have now made this what you guys like to call an SVG. And it's not an SVG technically. An SVG is a file format. Just like you have JPEGs, PNGs, doc files. SVG is just a file type. But what you have done is you've made this into a cut file. You've made this into a vector file. It started off as black, but you can now make this whatever color you want it to be if you want to print it out. It is now ready to cut. So that's the first part of it. You want to do this with vinyl. That's all you had to do to make this ready to cut from vinyl. Put a box around it, hit one button, you're ready to go. Easy enough, right? That was really, really easy. So now let's look at the text. I'm going to move this off to the side. So my husband is my guardian angel. I know I have this font, but I don't know what it is. So I'm not even going to try to mimic this font. I'm not going to try and mimic it. I'm just going to show you just creating a design. And it's not about giving them exactly what's there. It's knowing how to create the technique. So my husband is Arch watching over me. How you do that in Silhouette Studio from the free version. You don't even need to have Designer Plus, Business, or any of that. There is a warp tool that you can leave it in. It's like leave it how it is and just kind of warp it around. But you'll need to pay for Designer Plus or Business. But from the free version, anyone can make this design. So what you're going to do is you're going to come and make a circle. So I'm just going to make a circle. I'm actually even going to use this actual image so that I can pretty much get my arch the exact same way. So this is going to be my template that I use to create this design. I'm going to take my circle and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because what I'm trying to get it to do is have my circle touch the bottom of the word husband, my husband, and then watching over me. So this is going to be the size circle to make sure that it arches that way, right? So now I'm going to go over to the A on the left-hand side for my text. I'm going to click on my screen. That's just going to bring up a flashing blue line. That's how you start your text. And then we're going to type it out. So the first line is my husband. Now I'm going to do another line. So I can go to the A again and do all that. I'm just going to go duplicate, double click on it, select, what am I doing? Select all of, oh, come on. Select all of it and put is my guardian angel is also where like it's just a single line. So I'm just going to type it with it. You can either do separate lines if you want, or you can type it all together. So I'm just going to type all this on the same. on the same line. Okay. And then watching over me is going to be arched. So I'm going to just do that and watching over me. Okay. So that's all of my text. Now I want to fill it in with color. I always recommend filling things in with color because it just helps you kind of see it and like work it better. So we're going to fill it in, doesn't matter what color it is. And you're going to go to the A on the right hand side, and that's going to bring up your text style, which is your font, and you're going to choose a font. It doesn't matter what that font is. If you don't have that exact font, that's fine. You're going to maybe give them options in different that you may have a font that's going to speak to them even more, and they're going to love the font that you chose. So you can do the same exact one and just do it in different fonts. So I'm going to just do this one. I'm going to duplicate it. And I teach keyboard shortcuts. You can always right click and duplicate, but I'm using my keyboard shortcuts. You want to learn how to do keyboard shortcuts? Take my 30-day training. So I'm going to just go through this and just kind of pick a couple different fonts here. I like that one. It's just a plain one. Maybe I don't want something that's really scripty. I'm just going to, ooh, dang it. We're going to go like that. Let's go, just kind of jump way down. I like that one too. When I get to Cricut Design Space, I'm letting y'all know now, I'm not going through this many fonts. I'm just going, just do it. But when I'm in Silhouette, I get in my zone and I like to design. So I'm kind of playing around with some things over here. But when I show you guys in Cricut Design Space, you're going to see one font. I'm just trying to find, I know I forget what this is a basic font, but for some reason I can't think of what it is. But this is a basic, like this is on every computer, but it's slipping my mind as to what that font is. I don't know why I can't think about which font this is. But I know it's a basic one that comes on everybody's computer. Oh, okay. I like, okay. So this is another one that's not script. All right, cool beans. So we have our fonts, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to take, that's not Arial. That's definitely not Arial. We're going to take this and I'm going to kind of put it up here towards the top, right? And to do text to path, you double click. And this is where you technically can edit the font as well. But I don't want to edit it. Right here is a white circle. You take that and you pull it down and it's going to arch to that circle. And you move it to wherever you want it to be. If you want the font to be a little bit bigger, you highlight it all. You take your point size up. So let's say I went to like 80. And then I'm going to move it around, trying to get it kind of lined up the way this one is. My H and my letters here aren't quite touching. When it comes to script fonts, you would normally weld, but we're not going to. Oh, that's what it is. There we go. Thank you. So it's not touching. Normally people tell you script fonts you weld. Well, you don't want to weld this. You want to actually ungroup it so that you can, bring them closer together. Now, this is actually a bad font for HTV because it has like some distress ends. Now there's also, I could also have done my character spacing, but that would have made this a longer tutorial than it needed to be. So I'm just going to kind of move this around a little bit here. And then I'm going to select it all, not selecting the circle, just the letters. You see, I have the circle. So let me deselect. Hold on. Let me deselect the circle because I don't need that. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to then weld it. And then I'm going to group it. It's not like weld in Cricut Design Space where it'll make it one. You have to weld it and then group it. All right. So now for the bottom, the watching over me, I'm going to move this out of the way because it's just, you get the idea of using it as a template. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to take my watching over me. I'm going to double click. and bring it up to here. Well, guess what? it's the wrong way on the outside. So what you do is you push this towards the inside, and now it's the right way, but we do want it to be outside of the circle. You take this slider and you bring it down. Okay. And then we're going to right click and I'm just going to convert to path, or actually I could have welded. I'm not going to go through all the steps. This is just to teach you the general concept of it, not necessarily like all the ins and outs. That's where my 30-day training comes in. All right. So we have that part. Is my guardian angel. I'm just going to ungroup this. I'm going to take I'm going to group that together. I'm going to take, actually, I'm going to weld that. So right click, weld, right click, group it together. I actually could have welded the whole thing before I ungrouped it, but we're going to weld. We're going to group this together. So now is going to go here. Guardian angel is going to go here. We want that to be a little bit bigger. We're going to take the end of this, stretch it out to make it a little bit bigger. And then we're going to take our wings and put them towards the inside of this. You have recreated a version of this design for your customer. Now, this one, they have it where it's kind of flaring out some, right? So let's say you did want to change this and you want it to be closer to this where the wings touch at the bottom. So we're going to come here. We're going to release compound path. We're going to take all of the wings on this side and you're going to make them a compound path. Take all of the wing parts on this side and make them a compound path. And then you're going to rotate it. So we'll rotate this out some. And I'm not going to rotate that one. I'm just going to duplicate this one. So I'm going to come over to my replicate tool and I'm going to mirror it to the right so that it stays in that same angle. And now I have it where it's just like the one on the picture and it's touching. Okay, well, the one on the picture didn't have these extra wing pieces up here. Okay, guess what? We can get rid of those. Release compound path, take those out, delete it. If you want it to look exactly like that, you can make it look exactly like that by getting rid of that. Or just double click, select all of those and delete those edit points. More than one way to skin a cat. Same concept, just different steps. There's more than one way to do it. Still, see now it's also gone and it's also slanted. Looks more like the one that was there. You see how the wings touch right here. So you can either have wings like this and give them that option, or we're going to group this together, bring this over here, and you have created this for them. It doesn't matter if this is green, red, white, purple. You can either make it white, you can make it all look blue, and then put it on your design page. You're going to size it up to whatever size you need it to be for whatever is going on, and you're going to cut it. Well, you're going to flip horizontally. I'm just going to make this 12 by 12. And I will go in, cut this, be done with it. All right. That's how easy it is to do it in Silhouette Studio. I'm going to show it with a different font. So let's say, someone likes it. You want to offer it in a different font. We're going to just take the same things up here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. We're going to double click. We're going to bring this to the top. We're going to right click, convert to path. We're going to take watching over me, double click, pull it inside the circle, flip it the other way, push it in, go like this, pull it out, adjust it to where it is even. Maybe even adjust my character spacing some to kind of close up some of those gaps. Convert to path. Ungroup, group, is my guardian angel, put the angel wings. And that's how easy it is to create a file like this. Okay. So now, How do we do this if she had Cricut? She's like, or I use Cricut. How do I do this in Cricut? All right. So we're going to go over here. Same concept, just different steps. So first things first, we're going to need to upload the image so that we can get the wings, right? So we're going to go to upload. And we're going to go upload image. We're going to go browse. And I'm going to go quick access since I just saved it, and free angel wings. We're going to open that. You're going to come to complex. So when you are doing, like when you're going to the next one, this is Cricut's version of tracing because you're going to remove all of the other parts around it. So we're going to go to complex and we're going to go to continue. It has white around it. I like to immediately go down here to more options. And then for my color tolerance, I like to take that up to 50 to make sure I have a nice clean trace. Now they have the automatic background removal if you pay for it. I'm not paying Cricut anything. So we're just going to go back to the regular, like select or erase. So I just want to erase it. So I'm going to come here. Oh, no, sorry, not erase. We're going to go to select and we're going to click and it removed because all of that white was technically still connected. Once you click in there, you've removed all of the white around it. You have made this to where it's going to be ready to cut in Cricut Design Space. So now we're going to go apply and continue. We want this to be a cut. We don't want to print then cut. We want it to be a cut so we can change it. We can change the size of it, rotate it, all that kind of good jazz. Okay. So then we're going to upload. Click on that, add to canvas. All right. I'm going to shrink this down. Okay. And now it's a little bit trickier for rotating and all that because Cricut Design Space has this whole thing called contour. So I'm just going to make a duplicate of this and I'm going to go to contour, which I'm going to kind of come over for you guys to see. So contour comes up. I don't want anything over here. The part that sucks about this is you have to click on all of these, whereas with Silhouette Studio, all I had to do was like drag and select. You can't do that over here. So you have to click on all these little spots, and that can be kind of annoying to making sure that you have all like, oh, actually, you know what? No, for this one, I don't have to do that. I'm gonna show you a better way of doing this. To get this done, to isolate it, use a shape. My bad. I forgot about that one. Because yeah, that contour drives me crazy. I'm gonna go to like a square here. I'm going to put this like this, and we're going to unlock our ratio and make this, let's see, this right here is 6 inches. So I'm going to make my height 7 and then enter. I'm going to put this right here. We're going to select both and we're going to slice. And then now I can move this out of the way. I have this by itself. I'm going to delete this part. So now I can duplicate this, flip it. Well, you have to go up here for theirs. Flip it horizontally. And, ooh, y'all, wait, okay, there it is. And I can rotate it like this. I was going to say, wait, Cricut don't can't rotate. So I can rotate it like that. Now, if I want to get rid of those top parts up there, then that's when you'll go to contour and you will turn those off. Oh, man, come on. Not hide all contours. Undo. Contour. 1, 2, 3. And close. Now, I know I clicked on this. You know what? I don't have time for this. Can I move this? No, I cannot. Okay. It should be off. Okay, there it is. So now it's gone away. So there's that part. Depending on if you wanted this wing, you can duplicate it or just mirror it. So you can do it that way. Now let's do the text. So we're going to come over here. And what y'all tell me it was? Mono. Was it monotype cursive? I think that's what it is. Monotype Uh, oh, well, they don't even have that one over here. Let me see. Somebody else said, or Cortina. I don't know. I know it's a basic font. Okay, it's not coming up. Um, oh wait, no, system. I was in Cricut fonts. That's why. Okay, I need to go to system fonts. Mono. Oh gosh, come on. Mono tot. What the heck? Okay, there we go. So we have that, and we're gonna go. My husband. Now, one thing about Cricut is you can like just kind of separate to lines or whatever. So my husband is my guardian angel watching over me. Okay. And Cricut does have this thing that says ungroup to lines. So you can do that. And then here for this part, you're going to use Cricut's curve. So right here at the top, you're going to click on that and you're just going to curve it down. And that's going to be the top. Is my, oops. Let's group those together. Move that. Is my guardian angel. And then watching over me. I'm going to try and do the same angle. So here it was 13.46. So I'm going to do negative 13.46 for this one if it will go like negative. So, oh, well, actually, so it's not quite the same. So you got to kind of guesstimate in like the arch of it. That's the one thing I don't like about Cricut Design Space Silhouette Studio. I can make it where it's the exact same arch because I'm using the exact same circle. Cricut Design Space, I really can't do that. But at the end of the day, it's basically creating the same type of setup. And you'll just space it out. You will resize it based off of whatever you're putting it on. But as far as creating a design, that's all it takes to do it. So you don't always have to purchase a design, even if it has an image in it. Sometimes creating those images or getting that file, that SVG, those wings is something that's really, really, really easy to do. You just have to have knowledge of how to design. Okay. So easy enough, right? So you can do it in Silhouette Studio, you can do it in Cricut Design Space, you can do it in Affinity Designer, you can do it in Photoshop. It'll just be same concepts, just different steps. So I did tag, I put the link. So hopefully she sees this and she feels confident to be able to create this for her client. And once you size it up, then you'll have to decide, okay, based off of your mat and how it cuts, like how to separate it, if you have to break it up and maybe cut this part, cut the wings by itself, cut the watching over me. Now that's on you to figure out how you have to set it up to cut it. But as far as designing it, this is all you have to do. And, you know, of course, make it look a little better, resize it, but you get the general idea. Ooh, May baby 530. Would your birthday happen to be May 30th? If so, we are birthday twins. My birthday is May 30th. I am a Gemini, 1981. Do I have 101s available? Yes, I do. Just head over to my website, shop.hsink365.com. I'm very affordable. My knowledge is worth more, but I I the community that I teach, I like to stay affordable. So I'm very, very affordable. It is if you're wanting to just kind of like go through like you have general questions. Um and just trying to figure something out. It's like it's not a full help session. Like it's like how can I say it? It's $50 an hour. But now if you want step by step type help, there is a different tier for that one. If you're looking for more like business help and stuff, there's a different tier for that one. But if you're kind of like, okay, I'm struggling with tracing this one thing, like, can you help me with figuring out tracing this and stuff like that? But as far as just if you want to book me, you want a one-on-one session just to learn Silhouette Studio, I can take your money and you can pay me every day $50 per session. I'm not going to package it up to where I'm going to give you a private session on learning Silhouette Studio, the ins and outs of it. If you're really wanting to learn it, then the first step would be my 30-day training. That's going to be the first step to learn about the program. Trust me, you'll learn from it. Now, if you feel like, okay, no, I'm someone where I rather be hands-on, if I have to walk you through this, it's gonna get real pricey. This is $83. So if you're looking to learn Silhouette, I want to do a one-on-one because I want you to teach me Silhouette. If it took me 40 hours to do this and I charge $50 an hour for like general knowledge, 50 times 40 is where you would be at. So if depends on what you're wanting the one-on-one for. If it's for a specific project, that's where one-on-ones are great. If you took this as, okay, man, I'm kind of missing something. I need a session. Okay, I need you to break down this. When I have these questions, one-on-ones are great for that. If it's like business, I do pro calls and to help you with your business, help you with marketing ideas, how to scale. You want to, okay, how do I start this? How do I start a website? Those we can do in one-on-one calls. But if you're trying to learn Silhouette Studio, this is where you start at. This is where you start at. Okay. Okay, thanks. I need another one. Starting EcoSolve with Silhouette. Okay, that's something perfect. Lynette, that is what you book one-on-one sessions for, so that I can see exactly what you're doing. I can see how you have, I said Lynette. I put your first name and I put Lynn before Jeanette. Jeanette. I don't know why I said Lynette. I just showed enough, just mashed it all up and gave you a whole new name. But that's exactly what that will be beneficial for, because I would need to see how you have it set up on your screen. How are you loading your mat? How are you cutting your eco solvent? How are you cutting your vinyl? Because a lot of people, the issue is they are cutting their vinyl wrong. And so the registration marks are picking up in the wrong spot. So yes, you would need to book a full help session for something like that. All right. And then all you do is go over here to search and type in, is it under help? I think. Yeah, so help. And then there's my full help session where you get a recording, but it's like general help, you know. But if you're trying to help, like you want help with like learning Silhouette Studio step by step by step, you want to know how to make a design step by step by step, then that is $150 an hour. Okay. Um, so it can be traced as well, right? Okay, yeah. When you do the silhouette, sometimes it alters. Wait, when I do this in silhouette, sometimes it alters when I flip it horizontally. What do you mean? What alters when you flip it horizontally? Yes, as I was just explaining, I do one-on-ones. It just depends on what it is that you're wanting a one-on-one for. So what you do is you book it on here and you're going to email me at theprofessor@hsinc365.com. I used to have it where you can pick a time, but the system that I was using, it just was messed up. And sometimes I'm available like right away, sometimes I'm not. So now I just have it where you email me. I like to kind of know too what it is that we're going to discuss. So you will email me. I'll put my email on the screen. Or when you go to the site, you can always click on there to like email us. But my email is the professor at hsinc365.com. The professor at hsinc365.com. I'm gonna put it over here for y'all on TikTok so y'all can see that because I didn't want to type it out. The professor at hsinc365.com. Okay. And so you'll let me know what it is that you're wanting to have the session on. You'll give me at least 2 dates and times, or it can be like if it's, say, on a Friday, but you have 2 available times. You just want to give me a list of times and I'll pick one of those and then I'll send you a Zoom link for that particular date and time. Okay. So that's how you book the one-on-one with me. All right. So let me kind of come back over here. Let me flip it around for you guys. Oh, thank you guys for sharing it. Thank you guys for running up. See, today y'all was on it, TikTok. Y'all ran them likes up today. I thank you kindly. All right, so let's flip my camera back around. All right. There we go. And let me take this off of the screen. So again, one-on-ones are great, but if you're truly trying to learn how to use the program, learning how to use Silhouette Studio is key. That's first. People always ask me, am I ever going to do Photoshop? Do I use Photoshop? Yes, I do. I was showing last night in my bachelor's, I was showing them some obituary stuff that I did. I've designed a lot of things in Photoshop. Most of my thumbnails for classes and stuff is designed in Photoshop, but I like to use I like to Photoshop in Photoshop. I don't really like to create a lot of designs in Photoshop, but that's not what I choose to teach. Am I able to? Yes. There are those who book one-on-one sessions to learn Photoshop. You can book one-on-one sessions for those. I would gladly teach it to you. I have an essentials to Photoshop because to me, it's always important. People say, I want to learn how to use Photoshop. I want to learn how to design in Silhouette. The first step is always learning the program. You got to know where the tools are. You got to know what it is that they do first before you can put them together to make a design. You can't just go in and say, I want to make this design and think that's how you're going to learn how to use any design program. It starts with learning the program, understanding the tools, where they are located. Then I have different classes that will help you with understanding graphic designing techniques and how to effectively put designs together. Then it's like, okay, let's get into the good stuff and I can make this like put out. All right. First step, no matter what you want to do, even if you want to scale to Photoshop, because of how I teach Silhouette, and you really get an understanding of what it means to like design and understanding tools, the tools will do the same thing. They'll just have different names in different programs. Start with Essentials to Silhouette Studio. That's where it's at. It is 30 days of me going through each one step by step. You have worksheets you can work from, and you can work at your own pace to get an understanding. Once you do that, that's when probably some of my free YouTube videos. You don't have to maybe take another design class with me. You probably have watched some of my videos and you're like lost in the sauce. Okay, what she's saying is Chinese to me. I don't understand what she's clicking on. She's moving too fast. There are others who said a video that I did was too fast. And they now realize that the reason why it was too fast is because they did not understand the system. So they're trying to learn the system while watching my tutorial that's about designing. My tutorial wasn't about learning the system. It was about designing. So they went back to that same exact video and was able to follow along with it and be able to get like to recreate what I did. And she told me, she was like, man, now I see what you're talking about. Once I knew Silhouette, all of these tutorials, and then she's like, she also watches some, and she'll watch somebody's tutorial and be like, oh, you can do that faster. Why you did it this way? I love it when my students tell me that, like when they can watch other tutorials now, and now they feel like the teacher, where they can be like, oh man, you're doing the long way. All you had to do was boom, 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 and you're done, and you're doing it the long way. So I love that I kind of give my students that confidence to really be able to like see and like know when it's also not so great teachings, so start with Essentials to Silhouette Studio. Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. It's going to be something that you can always reference. It's not a go through it in 30 days and be done with it, trust me, you're going to want to always go back to it to refresh your memory. When you're working on a design, okay, I know I have to do this, but I'm missing something. You go back to one of those lessons. Okay, I literally was missing holding down shift and clicking this one thing. That's what that program does for you. It is very affordable. It is definitely worth way more than $83.65, but it's the price that one, I'm about branding. I like 365 and everything. um I will have a new course that's going to be based around that. Also, if you sign up for it, it was already shot. It was done in March. I did it live 30 days straight in March. But I know that for some, kind of having that not say one-on-one, but having that live experience does help to actually have those questions asked and answered in real time. So during the month of September, because I'm done with my previous program, but during the month of September, I'm also testing out. They always know people end up becoming guinea pigs for my programs, and I always do like a soft launch to see what I can learn from it, what I need to implement, whatever. So in September, if you've signed up for it, you will get an email that says, hey, if you want to join a live session. So it's something that it's additional, but you can join a live session where we're going to review that 30-day training. So you've gone through it. Maybe you're still stuck on some things. Maybe you would just like to try it with me on the line. That way, if you mess up or, you get stuck, okay, hey, this is where I'm stuck at. So we're going to do that. So you will get a chance to go over that with me live, but it will be an additional cost to be able to be a part of that live experience. But that's something that I am going to do in September for anyone that has taken Essentials to Silhouette Studio. You'll have an opportunity to attend live sessions to review that content. Okay. All right. Any other questions for me before I hop off of here? I did pretty good. It was only an hour. Normally these things be like 2 hours. I did pretty good. Any questions for me before we hop off of here about my programs or what we did today? Not just some random general questions about what I showed you to as far as designing, or if you have a question about my programs or anything like that. I'm more than happy to answer those for you. If not, we will close out. Oh, well, while I'm waiting for you guys to post your questions, don't forget about the Ink Zone. This is HS Ink Week. If you don't know, it has been 2 years since we dropped and released or launched our product line, honestly speaking. Sunday is HS Ink Day. We do have giveaways. So I look. I know laws. And see, what we're not going to do is have Intibody, the Gaming Association, come after me talking about I'm around here doing gambling stuff. So we don't necessarily do that. However, if you would like to purchase a class, if you would like to purchase products, go to our website, purchase the branded gift card. And when you get that gift card, you can then purchase products from our site. And because of your gift card purchase, you will be entered into a giveaway for things that's going to help your business. Tag guns, scales, thermal printers, regular printers, one-on-one sessions, HS Ink products. It's a lot of things that's going to be, we're going to have some sublimation blank sample boxes that we're going to give away. So there's a lot of giveaways in it. So if you want to enter into our giveaway that's going to take place on Sunday, on HS Ink Day on August 28th, go to the website before you purchase your classes, before you purchase Essential Studio, before you purchase your products, buy one of those gift cards so that you get like a double whammy. You get what you need, but you also get entered into the giveaway. All right. So you can do that. And if you want to really see me design the Ink Zone, we have discussions about business that's going to help your creative business. We've had discussions about how to effectively create upselling combos, how to market, how to sell, how to identify, about different methods of making shirts to know what method's going to be best for you. So we have live Zoom business discussions. I do live videos over there, especially when I'm designing. So they got to see me design some things for like back to school, some crowns, a memorial design, and different things. And I have to work on a centerpiece design today. So you'll get to kind of see me do that. So the Ink Zone is where it's at. It's also a pilot and like kind of a tester, something that I may end up continuing as like a subscription based thing. But for now, it is the official celebration spot for HS Ink month and HS Ink 2-year ink anniversary. So you can also get your full access ticket to the Ink Zone over on our website as well. Okay. Will I be doing a general Q&A in the Ink Zone? I don't do the general. I only do a general Q&A on Wednesdays on the like just open platform. I only do those on Wednesdays. I no longer do those every single day. Y'all didn't appreciate that. So they're only in Wednesdays, or if the spirit moves me throughout the week, most really Monday and like Wednesdays somewhat. But I will be live in the Ink Zone for general Q&As. Hello, hello. All right, no other questions. All right, y'all. Until next time. Oh, the code is ready for 30 to get $10 off. Ready for 30. And that gets you $10 off of Essentials to Silhouette Studio this week for HS Ink Week. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.